Let's see. Since I'm live for a little over a minute, 18 seconds, you are live. And I'm trying to figure out how this thing is gonna work. Let me see and get back into the chat. Um, hey, hey, Thomas. So I'm guessing you can see me. I guess Jamie. I guess you can see me. This is a test, so I've never done a live stream. I'm here in Las Vegas in the Excalibur Hotel right now. Oh, that's Darian. Darian's here. So we got a few people in the house right now. So Jamie's here, Thomas is here, Darian is here. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here, but I'm in the hotel right now, the Excalibur Hotel here in Las Vegas. So checked in, pretty cool experience. Recorded some to vlog for later. How's everyone doing out there this evening? How are y'all? Pretty cool. I mean, I get used to this. I guess I was kind of concerned about my internet at home, but we'll try it out and test it when I get home too, and see if my internet does well there. No volume. Mike is mute. Mike, can you hear me? Hey, what's up, Mark? Can y'all hear me out there right now? Because okay, good, good, good. So Jamie in the house, Mark. We got Darian. We got Thomas Reiser. I'm in my hotel room in Las Vegas. I just ate some ribs, getting ready to go out in a little bit, gonna film some content. One thing that I'm gonna do tonight is I'm gonna do a helicopter ride in Las Vegas, and that's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna do that helicopter ride, and I'm gonna put that on my channel. I'm looking to do that tomorrow. This is a short trip. I'm not staying long, so tomorrow I'm going to Utah, picking up a rental in the morning, driving about 2.5 hours to Zion National Park. Beautiful view, Zion National Park. Derek and Eliz, Derek and Eliz talked a lot about the views and how pretty it was. They sold me on it. Derek really sold me on it. So I'm like, I gotta go check it out. So we're gonna go get some views and see. There's a lot of things I want to see in a short period of time because I am getting ready to leave in a couple days. So this is gonna be a short trip. Hey, I appreciate that, Mark Finley. I definitely appreciate that. There we go. Well, there goes Darian's comment. I'm trying to figure out how to put them all on the screen. Yeah, I love some ribs too, and some spaghetti ice. Now, I wish there's some spaghetti ice up here in Vegas. I'm gonna find some spaghetti ice, Darian. I promise you, I'm gonna try some spaghetti ice. I'll make a whole video on spaghetti ice. And I appreciate the support, Mark. No doubt about it. I definitely appreciate that. And Thomas says he can hear me well. I appreciate that as well. So Thomas just got back from Cincinnati. Oh, there we go, Larry, the plump traveler. How you doing, Larry? Good to see you tonight. Thomas says he just got back from Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a great city. I love that little area of Cincinnati right by the bridge, that green bridge. It's right by the two stadiums where the Reds and the Bengals play at. Man, it's beautiful right there, the views. And I seen that sign museum, Thomas. I was really impressed with that sign museum. So next time I go to Cincinnati, I got to go check out the sign museum, and I definitely have to go check out well, I want to see the Underground Railroad Museum. So that's the two things I got to go do. So I definitely do that. Yeah, definitely. It's nice talking to you, Larry. I enjoyed talking to you. And you're up in Canada, up in the British Columbia area. I had mentioned to you a while back that before COVID, I was getting ready to move to Seattle. I had two job openings up that way, and it didn't work out because of COVID. So if I move up there at some point next year, I'll definitely probably be seeing you a lot because I love that area up there. Haven't been to Victoria. Vancouver is beautiful, so you'll definitely see me get up there some. I love that area. Let's see. Yeah, I saw those pictures. Those pictures were great, Thomas. I really enjoyed those pictures you had up from the museum, the sign museum. I hear you can't vlog. Well, no, that's Las Vegas. 'Cause Las Vegas has a sign museum too, but they say you can't vlog it. And there goes Jamie Branson. I hear Branson's awesome, man. Yeah, Danny Griswold came back from Branson not too long ago, and he talked a lot about Branson. Said Branson's a really nice place. Branson, can't remember the name of the place in Tennessee, but they say those two are very similar cities, and they're both very fun places. I haven't been to either one, but I definitely got to go check out Branson. I got to go check that out for sure. And there goes Larry again. Yeah, Seattle's a great city, man. I love Seattle. Really expensive though. I was looking on the outskirts. There's this town called University Place. It's about 30 miles away outside of Tacoma. And I looked at it, I checked it out, and I said, well, University Place looks like a great city. So I was planning on moving there. I had the job opportunities, and then COVID hit. And there goes Blaine. Hey, Blaine. Blaine is in the house. Man, Blaine is everywhere. Blaine is on so many chats, and I'm gonna tell you, this chat thing, Blaine, is really it gets addictive because it started off with me just doing Walter's World. Walter's World chats are unbelievable. During COVID, I was on there all the time. Then I branched out, and it was means to travel. Met them through Walter's World. Now I'm on everybody's chats. These chats are so fun. It's so fun to build this travel community. To be able to, we have so many things in common. Talking about travel wise, getting all of these ideas and everything. It's amazing. I love it. Yeah, it is really nice. That whole area up there. I mean, I love the Lions Gate Bridge in Vancouver. That's beautiful. The Lions Gate Bridge. It's definitely a beautiful area up there. I like the Capilano Suspension Bridge. I had a lot of fun going across the Capilano Suspension Bridge. All right. So anybody else got any plans, travel plans coming up anytime soon? Yeah, Blade, it definitely should be. Hopefully one day I can get paid to travel like full time. That would be unbelievable. If I could if I could get full time work like and I could just travel the world. I mean, to be honest with you, I'd love to just go fly out, just go wherever, get paid to do it. That'd be great. Oh yeah, we met with Mark and Jocelyn. Yeah, Mark and Jocelyn, man, they great people, man. Mark and Jocelyn. I started watching Walter's World videos probably about mm, I say about 4 or 5 years ago when I started really wanting to do the international travel thing. And the first time I went to London, we actually went to a football game in London. It was me and my sister. We went and saw the Saints play the Dolphins in London. Which I actually like both teams. I'm a Dolphin fan, but I'm also a Saints fan. So we went and saw the game in London, and that was a lot of fun. That sort of started my international travel. Now I'm like I want to go every year. I've been to Canada each of the last three. I'm hoping to go back again. But yeah, Walter's World's great, man. That's where it all started for me. Oh, Disney World in 3 weeks. Oh man, yeah, cruise. Yeah, I'm hoping, Blaine. I'm hoping to go to Disney World before the end of the year. Probably when it's not as hot as it is right now. Maybe like December. I love Epcot. I always go to Epcot, so I'm hoping to branch out Universal Studios this time and Epcot. Well, Hollywood Studios. I'm sorry. Well, I went to Universal Studios before, but Hollywood Studios definitely, definitely want to do Hollywood Studios, branch out and do a couple more things. And Jamie says he's headed to Washington D.C. in 3 weeks. Man, that's awesome. Uh, One of my best friends lives right outside of Baltimore, close to Washington D.C. So me and him talked about may come up, hang out with him and his girl and his kids, maybe around like November. So I'm pretty excited about getting the opportunity to go back to the D.C. area. D.C. there's so much to see. I want to see all those Smithsonian's. I know a lot of them still haven't reopened, but hopefully they'll all be reopened and ready to go by then. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to see in Europe. But not just Europe though. I want to branch out and visit and see Asia and a lot of different places. There's a lot of places. I mean, there's just places on every continent. Australia is actually at the top of my list, but it's just so far that if you want to go to Australia, you have to be able to take off at least 3 weeks because there's no point in going there for a week and then turning right back around and going home because you're going to spend so much time in that plane just getting there. So that goes, Mark, got to go back and finish the show we watching with the family. All right, Mark, I appreciate that, Mark. Appreciate the support. We'll definitely talk again in some of these chats. You have a good one. You and Terry have a good one. If he didn't already leave already, but Mark's a great guy, man. Mark and Nick P, man, those two guys are so tall. I joked with Mark's wife Terry. I said, I bet you feel like a midget when you're standing next to those two guys. They had the whole Walters World group got together. It was like five of them. Ronnie Dove also, and I think it was one more. It was like five of them all got together in Texas. That was pretty cool. Get to meet each other on here and then get together. And yes, the answer to your question is absolutely yes. I'm ready to go to Germany. The question is when. When is the question? I'm definitely planning on going to Europe in 2021. So maybe Germany will be that trip. We'll see. We'll see how it all works out. You get the dates planned, get everything set up, and let me know. But I definitely want to go to Germany. Want to check out I want to check out the Bavaria part, but I also want to check out Berlin. Berlin's high on my list. I want to see a lot of that country. That country is amazing. Oh yeah, yeah, I did hear you say that, Jamie. That's awesome, man. Australia is definitely. Like I said, that's number one on my list of places that I want to go to. So hopefully I can go to Australia in the next few years. I'm not banking on it anytime too soon. And speaking of Nick P, I just mentioned Nick P. I said just now because Mark Finley was here. I said I told Terry on Facebook. I said you got to feel like a midget standing next to Nick P and Mark Finley. 6'8", 6'9". Man, these guys are tall. But I've been enjoying all your pictures and all your travel. Nick's been going all over the place, man. Nick's been everywhere. Man, beautiful. I'm out here in Las Vegas, so and I'm gonna do a helicopter tour, which is at 10:15. Which 10:15, of course, is like if you're what's it 10:32 right now Central, 11:32 East. Yeah, it's like 8:33 right now here. So in about an hour and a half, I'm gonna do a helicopter tour, and I'm gonna put that up on my channel. So that'll be exciting. Tomorrow, I'm gonna see Zion National Park. Tonight, we're gonna get some Vegas up, and then hopefully, tomorrow night I get back in time from Utah. I'll do the Fremont Experience. I know some of you've been to Vegas, but you haven't really been to Vegas, they say, unless you go to the Fremont Experience. So that's downtown Vegas. It's a little different than going to the Strip. Yeah, Thomas is pretty bad, man. I'm glad I lucked out on the Baton Rouge side. We just got a little bit of rain. It wasn't too bad. Alexandria got it pretty bad. Lake Charles, Cameron, Louisiana, man, it was brutal there. I mean, it was. I feel so bad for those people out there. Yeah, even though I'm glad we didn't get hit too bad, it's terrible. I mean, hurricanes and these things happen here in Louisiana a lot. You remember back in 2016? I don't know how many of you remember. It wasn't even a hurricane. It was like a tropical depression hit Baton Rouge, and so many neighborhoods and areas were flooded. Like there was a neighborhood that was probably about like 5 blocks from my house, and they were flooded so bad, water going all the way up to the ceiling in people's houses. And I lucked out on that one, thank goodness. Nick P is in Colorado. I love Colorado. Colorado Springs is the best. Denver's great. I love Denver, Colorado Springs. Love the mountains up there. Absolutely beautiful place, man. Colorado's the type of place I can see myself living in. To be honest with you, I love that place. I don't know, Nick P. Let me know how close are you to like Colorado Springs or Denver? Because there's a lot to see in those cities, but even those more rural areas are still beautiful out there. BC, Canada. Yeah, 8:33 right now. Yeah, same time as right here in Las Vegas, Pacific time. December 2012. The only person. Yeah, yeah. It does get a little bit cold in Las Vegas in December too, but it's so hot right now. It's 102, but it used to the heat in Louisiana, the heat and the humidity. It's a different type of heat, but the heat in Vegas smacks you in the face as soon as you walk out of the airport, no doubt. And Blaine, Colorado, and Montana are my favorites. Yeah, Colorado's great. Montana, I've only been to a short part of Montana. I went to go hang out with one of my good friends. She lives in Spokane, Washington. So I went to Spokane, Washington, hung out with her, and while she was at work, I got in a rental car and I drove through Idaho and Montana like about 2 hours because probably about an hour to Montana. So just kind of drove and enjoyed some of the mountains and everything. It's beautiful there. I'd love to see more of it. And we got Rachel Loves Disney. Hi there, Rachel Loves Disney. How are you? And I love Disney too. Disney is fantastic. We were talking about Disney earlier with Blaine because Blaine's getting ready to go to Disney in 3 weeks. So he's talking about Epcot, and I want to go to Epcot again. I definitely want to go to see Hollywood Studios. A lot of good reviews on Hollywood Studios. 263 miles southwest of Colorado Springs. Okay, so yeah, you're pretty much by, I want to say New Mexico and that side, southwest. So yeah, you're close to New Mexico. And I heard you say you went over 7,000 miles, and I was like, wow, man, because me and my sister went on this long road trip um, last year in April. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year in April. And I put over 4,000 miles on my car. And I thought this was like such a long, long trip driving all the way from Louisiana all the way up to Toronto. And I thought that was just this long, long trip. And I see 7,000. I'm like, man, maybe I didn't drive as far as I thought. Thomas is saying hello to Rachel. Yeah, New Mexico is actually, Larry, New Mexico is actually one of the states I haven't been to. Yeah, Utah tomorrow will make 44 for me. So I've been stuck on 43 since last April. So once I go to Utah tomorrow and go to the national park, Zion National Park, I'll be at 44 states. So there'll be 6 states that I haven't been to. Those 6 states being New Mexico, let's see, New Mexico, Vermont, Iowa, North Dakota, Alaska, and Hawaii. I'd love to go on a Alaskan cruise one day from Seattle. I'm hoping to do that one day. Definitely going on an Alaskan cruise one day. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, definitely. Alaskan cruise is high on my list. Now, I actually haven't been on a cruise before. I was actually trying to go on a cruise multiple times, but it never works out with my friends. Like I've had friends say, "Let's do a cruise," and the timing never matches out where they can take off and I can take off. So hopefully, yeah, I like to go on one of these group cruises, like two traveling tours on this group cruise right now in Mexico. That would be pretty cool. I mean, a lot of people right there on the cruise, from the travel community. You already know people there, so I wouldn't feel bad if I went solo because that's been one of my holdups. I'm like, I'm always trying to plan a cruise with friends, but I'm like, I don't want to go on a cruise solo, even though I don't mind traveling solo. So meeting up with some people, that I think I would definitely do that. Wow, 9,000 to get home, maybe 10,000. Man, that's a road trip, Nick. That's a road trip, and I tell you what, Nick, I would love to be on that road trip. That's an amazing road trip right there. All around Canada, missing Newfoundland and Northwest Territory, Yukon. Yeah, Nunavut. I would imagine it's probably hard to even get up to some of those areas like Northwest Territory and Nunavut, because from what I understand, like there's only dirt up there and not really too many roads. But I'm sure there's some way to get up there. it's kind of hard for Canadians to really go to every state because of the weather and the terrain and the way Canada is. It's really hard. Nick P. I just got the 48 states. New Mexico and Arizona were the last two. In the lower 48. That's awesome. So just Hawaii and Alaska. So yeah, Hawaii's been one. I've been telling myself for a long time I'm gonna save Hawaii for my honeymoon, but I'm not married. I'm single, so it's like, hey, am I gonna keep waiting? Maybe I'll find that woman and do that honeymoon, or am I just gonna just go ahead and just do it? But I still got other states before I worry about that. And Danny is in the building. What's up, Danny? Danny is in the house. I saw Danny doing a little fantasy draft last couple days ago. I actually just got into my fifth fantasy football league today, and I just can't say no. It's one of those things where it's like I'm in like 2, 3 money leagues. I'm good, and then people are like, "Oh, but you come get in this league. I need one more person," and I can't say no, and I end up getting in the league. So I'm on vacation. I got a fantasy draft tomorrow. I'll have to make it tomorrow while I'm in Utah, and then turn back around when I get home Sunday. I got another fantasy draft. But I love it though. It's fun, so it's all good. But hope you and Landon are doing good tonight, Danny. Let's see. There goes Darian saying hello to Danny. Well, it's unlikely, but you never know. Hey, when you don't expect it, that's when it happens. Blaine. Yeah, Maine and Massachusetts is beautiful. California, some great areas. Yeah, Vermont is that one state up in the Northeast that I haven't been to, so I got to find my way there. Boston, New Hampshire, and all those places I've been to. You're saying you've been there, a layover in Colorado and Salt Lake City. Yeah, I had a layover in Minneapolis. I still count it because I had a layover. It was like a 4 or 5 hour late. Well, it was like a 5 hour layover, and I actually went out of the airport and went and saw a little bit, and then got back to the airport. So I still count Minnesota, even though I've only spent like 5 hours there. I need to go back, especially to Minneapolis, and see the city. Salt Lake City. One of my good friends lives. She lives right outside of Salt Lake City, so I got to go to Salt Lake City. She was like, "How you coming to Utah and not seeing me?" I'm like, "Well, I am like 4 hours away. Zion National Park is not really that close to Salt Lake, so yeah, I think we all will." Oh, you're saying this road trip, you'll be happy when it's over. Yeah, that's a lot of miles, though. I mean, it'll wear you out, especially all of that. Yeah, Nunavik has no roads there. I don't know if y'all ever seen a video online. It's called "The Top of the World," where they're broadcasting from Nunavik, and Nunavik's like literally like the top of the world. Like it's as far north as you could possibly go. It's like broadcast from Alert Nunavik, Canada. It's on YouTube. Yeah, Moab. Moab, I hear is great. Derek from Means to Travel was telling me how great Moab is. Moab's a little distance though; it's closer to Salt Lake City, so I'm gonna enjoy Zion National Park, and hopefully, if I come up again and see my friend that lives close to Salt Lake City, me and her maybe will go to Moab because Moab's pretty close to there. Bryce, yeah, Bryce Canyon, yeah, I've heard I heard that's pretty awesome too. There's also Red Rocks in Las Vegas. It's like 30 minutes away. I may try to Red Rocks Canyon. I may try to hit that up too. And uh, I want to go see Hoover Dam again and get a video. I seen Hoover Dam when I went to the Grand Canyon back in 2017 or 16. Hoover Dam's beautiful. I'd love to get Hoover Dam on video and be able to do that on my channel. I think it's only like 40 miles from Vegas, so I may make a detour if I can wake up early, go to Hoover Dam, and then turn back around and go the other way and go to Zion and all of that. Try to squeeze in Red Rocks Canyon. Oh yeah, Thomas, the Packers owner. Yeah, the team fans own the Packers. That's right. Only team that's owned by fans. That's cool. But yeah, fantasy football is very addictive. So once you get into fantasy football, it's sometimes it can be hard to get out of once you get in. The Grand Canyon's amazing, man. I seen the close end of Las Vegas. I think that's the west end, the west rim they call it. It's not supposed to be the nicest one, but the views are unbelievable. Next time I go to Canyon, I'm definitely going to explore, try to see all of the rims, or at least a couple more rims other than just the West Rim. But the Grand Canyon is so breathtaking. I recommend the Grand Canyon to anyone to go check out the Grand Canyon. Definitely top of my bucket list. Bucket list road trips, Arizona, Utah. Yeah, yeah, those are all great places. I only seen a little bit of Oklahoma. I saw I went to the big huge casino in Oklahoma that's right north of Dallas. Because Texas doesn't have casinos, so they have that big old casino in Oklahoma that's on the interstate right past Dallas. But I would definitely like to see more of Oklahoma. New Mexico, I mentioned, definitely want to see New Mexico. But yeah, Colorado, can't see enough Colorado. Want to see more Utah and Arizona, definitely. Let's see. Yeah, the Grand Canyon. I would love to see the Grand Canyon through the air too. That would be pretty awesome. Well, you probably saw it on the flight. Actually, I think going into Vegas, there was a view of the Grand Canyon, but it was on the other side of the plane. So, because everyone kept staring that way, and the flight attendant said something, I was kind of halfway asleep and had my earphones on, so I wasn't really paying a lot of attention. I looked over and I was like, "That looks like the Grand Canyon." And I couldn't really see it well because it was on the opposite side of the plane. That's a good reason to go. Go on Route 66 right there, Albuquerque. That'd be awesome, man. It'd be a nice trip too. Albuquerque definitely on my list. Wow, yeah. It's one of those things where, man, it's so beautiful. You just have to just stand there in awe, like you just stand there just frozen, like it's amazing. Like when I was in the Grand Canyon, I think I froze for like a good maybe like 10 minutes and just looked out. You just really just enjoy the views and just yeah, the south. You said the South Rim, yeah. South Rim's one of the ones I want to go to next time, definitely. It's like a you talking about the over Vegas? It's like 15 minutes. I think it's a 15 minutes over the strip and everything, so should be fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to yeah, Vegas right now. It's a little different than it was last time I came here, obviously, because it was pre-pandemic last time I came. Weird thing is, okay, so flying in from New Orleans to Las Vegas, airport in New Orleans was pretty dead. The flight from New Orleans to Vegas, and I think it was so packed because the airline was the only time they were flying it all day instead of like 3, 4 flights a day. They were only flying it one time, so it was a packed flight. So and the airport in Las Vegas is pretty dead too. So Vegas airport and New Orleans airport, both airports, you walk through the airport and there's all of these restaurants and stands and they're all closed and everything. And not as many people are flying enjoying their vacations this year, obviously because of COVID. But I think it'll be a nice bit out tonight. And I'll get a chance to enjoy it. Yes, Blaine, South Carolina is high on my list. I I definitely want to go to Myrtle Beach and Why is the other city's name is escaping me? The beach city, right along the beach. I can't think of the name for my life right now. I don't know, but it's not far from Savannah, Georgia. If you go down the coast, I definitely want to check out those beaches along Savannah and South Carolina. It's really pretty out there. I've been to the state of South Carolina a few times, but I've never been along that coast. Gatlinburg, Tennessee was one I was thinking of earlier when I said that a lot of people said it's similar to Branson. I think Danny said that. A lot of people said it's real similar to there. I know a couple people that went to Gatlinburg said it's beautiful. They say Knoxville's beautiful. I want to check out those places. I've been to Memphis and Nashville several times. Mississippi actually has some areas that are pretty nice too, especially like Oxford by the university and everything. A lot of people don't really know about. Bama's actually pretty nice by the university too. Sucks is the one time I went on campus for Alabama, they were having a spring game, so they were trying to force me into the parking lot, and I'm like, I'm not trying to go in the parking lot. I'm trying to go park and actually go see the city. Yeah, Hilton Head's definitely one of those places too. Yeah, definitely Hilton Head, South Carolina is one of them. Let's see, Nick P. Every state on my road trip. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 states. Yeah, I think I actually went to 14 on my road trip. So you got me beat 4,000 miles. Started in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio, um, New York. Then I went to Toronto, and then after Toronto, came back down through Michigan, um, Indiana. If I didn't already say it, no, I didn't say Indiana. Indiana, Missouri, Illinois, and then let's see, Missouri. That was Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, on down through Mississippi again, and then back to Louisiana. So yeah, it was like 14 states and one Canadian province. Yeah, Gatlinburg. I heard that I was listening to the trivia that night when you were talking about how similar Gatlinburg and Branson is. I got a couple of friends that love Gatlinburg. They never been to Branson, so yeah, I was Branson, Mississippi. Yeah, that's a good city too. So's Macomb, Mississippi. Macomb, Mississippi is a cool. Allo who? Roll who? Roll who? Well, I told Darian you partially got me last year because Darian knows I like LSU being from Baton Rouge. LSU got his Gators last year, but I'm also a Canes fan. I've been a Canes fan for a long time, man. I've been a Canes fan since back when uh back when the U was really going. They have been not been close to being the U since then. So the Gators they went 1-1 against me, so they did get the Canes, but that LSU team, the two best teams in the history of college football, last year's LSU team and the 2001 Miami Hurricanes. Those two teams shared the field. That would be unbelievable. I think LSU's offense might be a little too much though, but Miami's defense, all those pros on that team. I never heard of that town, but yeah, I have to look into that. Yeah, Nick P actually is currently on the road trip. You still got a ways to go, Nick, to get back to Minnesota. So where you where you headed next after you get out of Colorado? Or you headed like up and then like through the Dakotas and then go like through the Dakotas back to Minnesota? Is that how you're gonna do that? Yeah, Savannah is definitely. I got to go to Savannah and Hilton Head. I'm always thinking in my head like, how could I make time to set that up? Because I'm like, I'm wanting to set that trip up so bad. But you know what else is really nice? I did sort of go cold. Well, not really. I was gonna say I did sort of go cold, but actually flew in that way though. I actually flew I actually flew to DC on that trip. I flew to DC on that trip and I went down to Virginia Beach. But so I didn't really well, yeah, so I didn't really get to go see much of the coast like North Carolina or anything that way. So I went through Virginia Beach is really pretty. I like Virginia Beach. I like Virginia Beach a lot. Thomas Reiser saying, "Go Illini." There you go, go Illini. Illini has won a couple nice games the last few years. Then they had a good program. They've been sort of struggling the last few years. Got Lovey Smith with the crazy beard, the gray beard. Oh, so you're going through Wyoming and South Dakota. Those are good spots, man. South Dakota's beautiful, and Wyoming's beautiful too. Like going up that way from Colorado on the road trip to go see Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore was awesome. That was 2 years ago. I did that trip through Mount Rushmore. That was a lot of fun going through South Dakota. The Outer Banks of North Carolina. Yeah, I hear that's beautiful. Yeah, I think the Gallivanting Gales were talking a lot about the Outer Banks. So Outer Banks definitely on my list. My list is so long. Yeah, Danny's saying, yeah, those are two great states. Yeah, tunnel traffic does sort of suck in Virginia Beach. Yeah, I kind of like the vibe of the city of Virginia Beach too, though. The beach is cool too, but yeah, the traffic does kind of suck. And so tonight, I'm gonna go do the helicopter tour. Can't really stay out too late because I gotta I gotta be up in the morning so that I can get all this out of the way. Pick up my rental car for 8. Probably like I said, I'm probably gonna go see Hoover Dam, film a little bit of Hoover Dam, and go check out some other things. Battery's about to die. Okay, Larry, I appreciate you stopping by, Larry. You have a good one, and we'll definitely talk in some other chats. We'll see you later, Larry. But yeah, definitely probably get up tomorrow. Hoover Dam. I want to go see Red Rocks Canyon. That's not too far. And then hopefully by noon I can get it's a 2.5 hour drive from Vegas. Hopefully by noon, somewhere in there, I can get to Zion National Park and spend a few hours there and have enough time to make it back that night to still enjoy the Fremont experience in Las Vegas. How he shaved it. I loved it. Great, man. And it's just so funny because I remember Lovey coaching the Bears for all of those years. And then seeing Lovey with the gray beard, it was just like, I can't believe that's Lovey. Thomas is a big St. Louis Cardinals fan. I know they missed a lot of games earlier because of COVID, but they're back on track now. I'm just happy my Tampa Bay Rays is an unbelievable story because I'm just like, man, how in the world this team's winning like that? They're winning all these games. They got the smallest payroll in baseball, and they got 10 freaking pitchers injured. 10 pitchers injured. 10. Oh, look who was in the house. My boy right there, Benny. What's up, Benny? Yeah, Benny used to work with me with Nestle. He used to throw some ice cream and pizza. Me and Ben. Ben is the man. I think he's an exterminator now or something. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna go by the sports books. Every time I'm in Vegas, I'm gonna go by the sports books all the time. I don't know if I'm gonna bet anything or not. I'm gonna contemplate it. If I see something I can't pass up, yeah. If I can't see something I can't pass up, I'm gonna definitely do it. Oh, you used to be a huge Rays fan. Now you're a Royals fan. Yeah, I actually started being a Rays fan because at the time, I used to actually like the Cubs and the Cardinals, which is weird that I used to like both. But I used to like Sosa, McGuire, back and forward. I thought it was just awesome. And I used to like Harry Carey and Hawk Andre Dawson and everything. Started being a Rays fan because at the time, 2008, I didn't really have a baseball team. I was kind of getting back into watching baseball again, and I didn't like the Yankees or the Red Sox. They're the big dogs spending all the money. All of a sudden, here comes the Rays. They just changed their name from the Devil Rays to the Rays. Joe Madden comes in. He's got all this kooky, wacky 9 = 8 stuff. And then all of a sudden, the Rays go out and they win the division that year. And they go all the way to the World Series. So that's when I became a Rays fan. I've been a big fan ever since. Yeah, we did. Me and him worked for Nestle. Did ice cream and pizza. We were delivery guys. Me and Ben. And they actually shut it all down. They started going straight through the warehouse. So me and Ben worked together for about 3 4 years. So ice cream and pizza. Had a lot of fun with that. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of great videos coming up. Appreciate the shout out there, Darian. But a lot of videos coming up. A lot of fun videos coming up from Vegas. Put your money on Bama. We'll let LSU go 1 year last year. But you know what? LSU probably had the best season in the history of college football, and Joe Burrow's gone. LSU still loaded with talent, but I don't expect LSU to be as good with a new quarterback. But LSU and Bama is going to be. It's not going to be easy, Blaine. It's not going to be easy. The Gators are going to be in the mix too. Oh, you're working from home, Ben. No more pest control. Oh, might have to hit you up about that, see what you're up to, man, as far as that's concerned. Thought you were still doing the pest control, but I'm glad you're working from home. Glad you're still getting the money in. Yeah, that Rays team back in 2008. Yeah, that whole team did leave, but that with that payroll they have is like whenever guys get good, they kind of hit the door because they can't afford to keep guys around, which is even more impressive that they keep winning that way. Yeah, yeah, Twins fan. The Twins are right there with the Rays, top of the American League right now. The Twins, the Rays, and Oakland, I believe. The Yankees are falling apart right now. I think the Yankees are like on a they lost to the Mets today. They blew like a 3-4 run lead. They're like on a 6 game losing streak. I don't feel bad for them. We're 3.5 games up on them right now. Asking Nick P, is he a Vikings fan? I believe Nick P is a Vikings fan. Oh, you're not a Vikings fan. Oh, well, yeah, he is. I'm actually looking at the hat. Yeah, Nick P is a Vikings fan. Played Georgia this year for the first time in the regular season. Oh, yeah, yeah, I did see that. Man, Georgia. You know what I call Georgia? LSU, LSU's little stepbrother because they got whacked by LSU the last 2 years. I mean, LSU embarrassed. I mean, come on, they got embarrassed. The year before last, Georgia came into Baton Rouge. They were highly ranked, and people were like, "Oh man, Georgia is gonna beat LSU." Everyone was picking Georgia, and LSU hammered them. And then come back this year, SEC title game, they got hammered again. And Jake Fromm, they couldn't get the job done. So they had no Jake Fromm this year. Georgia's going to be good, though. They're always good. SEC East is usually just generally Georgia and Florida. I mean, you pretty much count out Vanderbilt. Missouri had a couple lucky years, but pretty much always Georgia and Florida. Kirk Cousins. You like that? You like that? I've had Kirk Cousins a couple times in fantasy. Kirk Cousins actually cost me first place in the fantasy league. Um, Kirk Cousins actually cost me first place in a fantasy league because I came all the way down to the last game in fantasy playoffs. I needed 14 points out of Kirk Cousins. He's been getting over 14 points the whole freaking season. And you know what he did? He got me 13 points. And I lost by one. I ended up finishing fourth place instead of third. So I think third place would have gotten me like $500. I finished fourth. I got back my $150 entrance fee. So he cost me $350. So Kirk Cousins, I won't be drafting that guy anymore. Vikings haven't been bad, too bad, but yeah, hadn't been able to get over the hump. Just hadn't updated your profile picture. Yeah, I want to get in that Vikings new stadium. That stadium and the Twin Stadium, they're both really nice. So hoping I can get it, see those, and see that Mall of America. Count Floyd out for sure. There you go, Darian. Count them out. Darian's never going to count his Gators out. Actually, I mean, I think they have a really good coach right now. They ever put a team together at quarterback. Oh, they got what's that guy's name? Forget his name because the other guy got hurt. Trask. Is that how you say his name? Say his name. So I don't know. Maybe they'll do pretty good. They get good quarterback play this year. It's funny they lost to Kentucky the year before last. Kentucky had over 30 something years in a row of losing to the Gators, and they finally beat them. I have no idea. I have no idea. How do you keep them out of your yard? Nick P is saying, "Go Dogs." There you go, Nick P. If they could ever get over the hump and beat LSU. Though they don't play LSU this year, they play Bama though. So we'll see if they can get by Bama. Missouri's in the wrong conference. Yeah, Missouri was good in the Big 12. I actually think Missouri and Kansas was a really good rivalry in the Big 12. Those two schools hate each other. They're border rivals. So to put Missouri in the SEC, it feels forced, even more so than A&M. So that I mean, it's all about money at the end of the day. So that was the decision they made to go add Missouri and add A&M and do 14 teams. But I think Missouri's a little more forced. Oh, strolled over the answer. Here we go. I need to pray for Blaine. Go Gators. The Gators and Bama is going to be fun. I'm really interested to see how this college season is going to go because without the non-conference games, I want to say the SEC's doing what is it, 8? Was it 9? Is it 9 conference games and then one? No, or is it 10 conference games? I think it's 10 conference games. So yeah, so it's going to be all SEC. So what are they going to do with the bowls? What are they going to do with the top 25? Top 25 right now, they have teams in the top 25 that's not even playing Big Ten teams. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm excited to get out tomorrow to Vegas. Got a lot of fun trips coming up. Well, I don't really have a lot of fun trips coming up, but I'm hoping to get some fun trips coming up. Go Pokes, that OSU. I remember the year was the year LSU lost to Bama. I know Blaine remembers this year. That year LSU lost to Bama 21-0. Of course, LSU did beat Bama during the season. Pretty much, Bama shouldn't have been in that title game because they didn't win the conference championship. But LSU and Bama was the two best teams. Oklahoma State that year. I think every single LSU fan were Oklahoma State fans that year because everyone here wanted Oklahoma State to play LSU because it would have been a more favorable matchup. But Bama got that game, and that game was ugly. Don't think LSU crossed the 50-yard line, but you know what? Bama's on a one-game losing streak to LSU, and that's all that matters. You know the saying, Blaine, you're only as good as your last game. So all of those times Bama beat LSU, Bama's on a one-game losing streak. So yeah, Ohio State's got so much talent. For Ohio State to be ranked there and not have an opportunity to play, Oh, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I'll be there for your live stream tomorrow night. 2012. I actually think was that 2012? Yeah, I can't remember exactly what year that was. Yeah, Missouri left the Big 12. Yeah, Missouri actually had a couple of good years in the SEC where they won the SEC East, but those were years in the SEC East was terrible. I think Tennessee's getting better now too, so you're gonna see Tennessee compete a little better in the SEC East as well. So I think Missouri's there. I think they're gonna be hanging out with Vanderbilt. 2011 Big 12 champ. Yeah, I think OSU lost one game that year. That was the year. That was that year. Yeah, they had a great season that year. They got the mullet now. I'm a man. I'm 40. Yeah, Andrew Luck. Yeah, Stanford. Yeah, Andrew Luck. Man, it was sad to see Andrew Luck have to call it a career the way he did because Andrew Luck was going to be a really good quarterback. He was a really good quarterback. He took some mediocre Indianapolis teams and won a lot of games with them. So for Andrew Luck to have to cut his career short, I almost feel like at some point he's going to come back. But you got to wonder when. I mean, been a couple of years now. Misery. Who? Now let me Google this real quick. Well, my phone's on the charger. I can't really do it right now. But yeah, it was 20. It may have been 2011. But it was the year. It was the year where Oklahoma State was right there for the national championship to play LSU, and Alabama didn't play for the SEC title, and Alabama ended up getting in the game over Oklahoma State. Yeah, actually, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. The girls' basketball player, coach that died. Yeah, the coach. Yeah, Missouri, Illinois was a big rivalry in basketball. Illinois have a really good basketball program. Andrew was down on his luck. Yeah, he was really down on his luck when he got beat up so much behind that offensive line that he couldn't play anymore. Man was a hell of a quarterback, but they didn't put enough around him. If they put enough around him, he would still be playing today. Oh, line nice, yeah. And I miss March Madness this year, man. All this COVID stuff happened right during March Madness, and I'm a Kansas basketball fan too. Kansas Jayhawks. I actually liked the Kansas Jayhawks when I was a little kid, way back. I was like 7 years old. Danny and the Miracles. I was a kid. I thought it was the coolest thing. Danny and the Miracles started being a Kansas basketball fan. So I felt like this was the year. Number one team in the country. March Madness doesn't happen. I'm like, we finally got this chance to get the national championship back, and no basketball. Sort of how 2020 has been. 2020 has been bad, but you know what? I won't be so critical of 2020 because I was able to get in a couple great vacation trips early in the year. February I got to go to Miami Super Bowl week. Got to stay right by yeah, Bill Self. Bill Bill Self. Now he's shrunk a lot in big games. There's no doubt about that. And there's a lot going on with Bill Self though. Question is Bill Self getting paying off guys? So who knows? But I mean, he's done a good job all in all. Kansas lost a lot of games to teams they shouldn't have. But just saying earlier this year though, Had a chance to go to Miami Super Bowl week. Got to hang out a week. Really enjoyed that. Got to go to Europe this year. So it was a good year starting off. First 2 months was great, and then March came and it hit us right in the face. Said go Duke all the way. Blue Devils, huh? Yeah. I couldn't believe that team with Zion Williamson didn't win a national championship, man. That didn't make sense to me. OSU have a basketball team. OSU actually had a pretty good run under was it what's his name? The older guy. Why can't I call his name? Um his name's on the court at OSU. His name's on the court. Actually, funny thing is, the only time my alma mater, Southeastern Louisiana, made the NCAA tournament, we played Oklahoma State in the NCAA tournament and they beat us. I don't know why the name's slipping me, but they beat us in the NCAA tournament at one time. We made it back in 2005. St. Louis, yeah. The St. Louis Cardinals fans are passionate. When I went to St. Louis on that last road trip, man, those fans are passionate in St. Louis. Oh yeah, probation. See, I saw you mention Lute Olson. Lute Olson, I believe, was the coach for Arizona for years. Yeah, I saw that the day that he died. I remember Lute Olson for years. He was a hell of a coach too. Really good coach. Sutton, Eddie Sutton, that's the guy's name that coached Oklahoma State. His name's on the court there. I couldn't remember his name, Eddie Sutton. Yep. And Bill Self is gone. Well, yeah, he probably will be if these allegations turn out the way they're looking. Those allegations are not good, but you know, nothing's been proven yet. So I'm hoping Bill Self stays around. I'm hoping the allegations go away. Though I think they're not going to go away. I think a lot of these major colleges are all doing this stuff and sweeping it under the rug. The Graham brothers. The Graham brothers. I'm trying to think. The Graham brothers. Yeah. Yeah, Lute Olson passed away recently. Yeah, I think it happened today because Eddie Sutton passed away a little while ago. Lute Olson passed away today. I think it was today or yesterday because I saw all of the stuff about him today on my Facebook, on my news feed about him passing away last night. I'm about to make an hour here, so I'm gonna get ready to start getting ready to head out on the strip. Like I said, I got a helicopter ride coming up in about an hour, so that'll be fun. I'll have it up on the channel. I appreciate all of you coming by for the test. This won't be the last time because there's a lot of fun. So yeah, Joey and Stephen Graham, I do remember them. Yeah, but this definitely won't be the last time. I appreciate all your support. I'll be on Danny's channel. I'll be on Blaine's channel. I'll be on Darian's channel. I'm always there. Appreciate all of the support. Thomas, appreciate you. If there's anybody else I'm leaving out, I think you're the only four that's still here right now. So y'all all have a good night. Get some videos up soon. Hope you watch them and enjoy it. And remember, live today, grow today. Tomorrow's never guaranteed. Peace.